Good evening. Buenas tardes y bienvenidos. My name is Andrew Musino Sanchez with UNHCR, the UN Refugee Agency, and welcome to our World Refugee Day concert. We are so excited to present Danny Ocean here at the Kennedy Center tonight. Woo! We'll also have a free World Refugee Day screening of the Disney and Pixar film Elemental after the concert. Elemental is a family-friendly film about the power of welcome and inclusion, and we invite you all to stick around and enjoy the film with us after Danny's set right outside these doors at the Reach Center. But first, let's start off with an incredibly powerful video about today and why we are all here.
Every day, in every corner of the world, lives unfold. Some in comfort, others in crisis. Just like you, I work hard to make a living. From high-rise buildings in cities to refugee camps around the world, our struggles are similar. We all want to stay healthy, whether visiting our doctor or receiving care in emergency shelters. Education is a doorway to the future, essential for all of us, whether through digital screens or classrooms. Like you, I want my home to be peaceful, filled with hope and dignity. The voice you've been hearing, it's mine. My name is Mary Maker. I'm a refugee, but I'm also a university graduate, a public speaker, activist, and a writer. This is my reality. It could also be the reality for the 120 million forcibly displaced people. We all dream of the same thing: jobs, healthcare, a home, peace. Be part of the solution.
I'm pleased to introduce Matt Reynolds, UNHCR's representative to the United States, the Caribbean, to the stage to hear a few words from him about World Refugee Day.
Good evening, and thank you, Andrea. As Andrea introduced, I'm Matt Reynolds. I'm with UNHCR based here in Washington. And I'd like to first thank the team at the Millennium Stage and the Social Impact Department for hosting us tonight. But I also want to thank you for joining us tonight in honor of World Refugee Day, a day to recognize the courage, strength, and contributions of the millions of people around the world who have been forced to flee their homes due to violence, war, and persecution. UNHCR is the United Nations agency charged with protecting and assisting refugees, asylum seekers, internally displaced, and stateless people. We were founded in the aftermath of World War II, and today, more than 70 years later, we continue to work with governments and humanitarian partners around the globe to help protect and provide solutions for refugees. Today, more than 120 million people have been forced to flee. That's all of California, Texas, Florida, New York, and Virginia combined. Last year, for the 12th consecutive year, the number of displaced people continued to increase, reflecting both new and evolving conflicts and a failure to resolve long-standing crises. But behind the numbers, the statistics is a person, a mother, father, sister, brother, neighbor, people just like you and me. Some in our audience know this very directly and very personally. From Sudan, Ukraine, Syria, Myanmar, and so many countries, these numbers are staggering and unacceptable. But it's also important to remember that World Refugee Day is an opportunity to show how we can do more to welcome and include refugees in our communities, generating opportunity and action for better solutions. Join us today and every day in providing hope away from home for refugees. Those who've been forced to flee bring with them their cultures, their unique experiences, their talents and their skills, all of which make communities around the world and across the United States stronger and more vibrant. On behalf of the UN Refugee Agency and the millions of people around the world we work to help, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to the government of the United States, the American people, the Kennedy Center, and Danny Ocean for your strong commitment to helping refugees and others forced to flee their homes. The U.S. has always been and remains the largest financial contributor and political supporter for our life-saving programs around the world. and has resettled more refugees than any other nation. I cannot imagine, therefore, a better venue for us to mark World Refugee Day together than here at the Kennedy Center in the heart of the US Capitol. Because these actions testify to the best of the American character and set an example for the rest of the world to follow. We can all do more to continuing welcoming people who have been forced to flee. I would now like to introduce Julieta Valls-Noyes, Assistant Secretary of State for Population, Refugees, and Migration. Ambassador Noyes has spent her career working on behalf of the American people in the U.S. Foreign Service, bringing extensive experience in diplomacy and humanitarian affairs. She knows personally the contributions refugees bring to this country. And we at UNHCR are grateful for her leadership, partnership, and friendship. Julieta, please.
Thanks, Matthew. Buenas noches. As Matthew said, I'm Julieta Valls-Noyes. I'm Assistant Secretary of State for Population, Refugees, and Migration at the State Department, and I'm so excited that I forgot my title. Anyway, I'm really pleased to be here with you tonight as we continue the observance of World Refugee Day. And I don't want to stand too long between you and the performance, but I do want to thank our partners at UNHCR, the UN Refugee Agency, not only for your dedication to improving the lives of refugees around the world, but also for organizing this star-studded evening. We are honored to stand in solidarity with refugees and in gratitude to people across the country and around the world who are giving refugees hope away from home. Thank you also to the Kennedy Center for hosting us this evening. My colleagues and I are so fortunate. We work just up the hill, less than a mile from the United States National Cultural Center, and it truly exemplifies the ability of the arts to bring us together, to help build bridges with people who are different from us, and to allow us to experience moments of beauty in our everyday lives. And we're really lucky tonight to have performing on the Millennium Stage this evening the renowned musician Danny Ocean. Right? Like many of us, his story did not begin in the United States. It started in Caracas, Venezuela. In one of Danny's best-known songs, Me Rehuso, which he recorded on Valentine's Day, he speaks to the experience of leaving a loved one behind. And that experience is all too familiar to refugees and vulnerable migrants. And it's a history that's very personal to me. My own parents fled Cuba following the rise of the Castro regime. They left behind friends and family that they thought were, in the words of Me Rehuso, meant to be close for the rest of their lives. But with the generosity of neighbors and community groups, my parents started a new life here in the United States, and happily they were eventually reunited with the loved ones that they had left behind. And 60 years later, my mom joined me in welcoming newly arrived refugees, including from Venezuela, in Miami last year. And I think my mom is watching, so hi, Mom. Miami is the same city where Danny Ocean lived when he moved to the United States, and it's one of the crossroads for so many newcomers to our country. This week, on World Refugee Day, the United States is reaffirming our long-standing tradition as a beacon of hope for refugees and persecuted people around the world. We stand with the millions of refugees worldwide who have been forced to flee for their lives, as well as the generous host communities, the vital humanitarian partners, and the private sponsors that support them. And we know that refugees contribute to their new homes. Indeed, studies have shown that refugees contributed $124 billion to the US economy from 2005 to 2019. Nearly 3.5 million refugees have safely and securely resettled in the United States over the 40-year history of the U.S. Refugee Admissions Program. They have made our country more vibrant and beautiful. Now this year, the Biden administration has continued to strengthen the U.S. Refugee Admissions Program with the unwavering support of our partners in UNHCR, with the International Organization for Migration, NGOs, and the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. And I'm proud that a key element of our effort to rebuild and modernize the refugee program is something called the Welcome Corps. And it is the most significant innovation in refugee resettlement in decades. Now, the Welcome Corps allows everyday Americans, pay attention because I'm talking to you, everyday Americans to form private sponsor groups and to directly welcome refugees into their communities. Now, more than 87,000 Americans in all 50 states, the District of Columbia, and Puerto Rico have answered the call to welcome refugees in their neighborhoods, in their campus communities, and in their workplaces through the Welcome Corps. My mom is possibly its biggest fan. So, I want to leave you with a call to action. If you are wondering how you can support refugees in your community, please consider sponsoring refugees with a private sponsorship group. Create a group and help resettle them through the Welcome Corps. The White House announced this week that through the generosity of philanthropic donors, an expanded sponsor fund will make it easier than ever for groups to be matched with refugees waiting to start new lives in the United States by making resources available for groups to meet the fundraising requirements of the program. So please visit welcomecorps.org. I'll repeat, welcomecorps.org for more information on how you can be involved and change a life, including your own. And with that, I'll turn it back to Andrea to introduce Danny Ocean. Thank you again for joining us this evening. And thanks for your solidarity with refugees.
Without further ado, he is a singer. He is a songwriter. He's a producer whose unique sound and musical style has reached every corner of the globe. He's one of Latin America's most innovating artists with a career already boasting multi-platinum hits that have collectively nearly 10 billion streams. He has just released a highly praised new album, Reflexa, and last week his new song, Amor, reached #1 on the US Latin Billboard chart. He's made a special trip to DC to be here with all of us on World Refugee Day, taking a very short break from his successful Mexico tour before embarking on his highly anticipated Australia, New Zealand, and North America tour this summer and fall. He's a refugee advocate and UNHCR high-profile supporter, using his fame and platform to support refugees and help those forced to flee find hope away from home. We'll get to hear his story later. But, ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, join me in welcoming to the stage the one and only Danny Ocean.
Carlos isn't going to be running the computer. He doesn't seem interested.
Carlitos, aquí en el computador, de pronto. No, no oigo acá.
Volaré contigo, danzaré contigo, me besaré contigo, siendo novios o amigos. Volaré contigo, mami, bailaré contigo, te amaré por siempre, aunque no estés aquí conmigo. Me pones romántico, y eso que está del otro lado del Atlántico. Bambina, se siente fantástico, te mando un beso elástico. Yo voy, tú ven, yo voy. Tú me traes Nutella, yo te enseño Savoy. Tú en playa Positano, yo tranquilo Morrocoy. Hey, quiero ser tu Babylon Boy. Volaré contigo, danzaré contigo, me besaré contigo, siendo novios o amigos. Volaré contigo, mami, bailaré contigo. Te amaré por siempre, aunque no estés aquí conmigo. Buongiorno, principesa, amores mío, no te saco en la cabeza, estoy a mil. Ey, vuelve a mandar pin, acércate un chin, que te hago un lin lin. Yo voy, tú ven, yo voy. Tú Nutella y yo Savoy. Yo me lanzo pusitanos y tú Morrocoy. Quiero ser tu Babylon Boy. Volaré contigo, danzaré contigo, me besaré contigo, siendo novios o amigos. Volaré contigo, mami, bailaré contigo. Te amaré por siempre, aunque no estés aquí conmigo. Te amaré por siempre, aunque no estés aquí conmigo. Volaré contigo, danzaré contigo, baby. Hey, hey. Hey. ¿Cómo estamos? ¿Todo bien? Quiero una bomba de amor, alguien que me caiga corazones. Ando buscando una ecuación, mami, alguien que me ayude en mis temores. Tú, yo, sumamos dos, y si le elevamos todo va a ser mejor, porque frío más frío es igual a calor. Amor, 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 solo dame amor, por favor. Yo solo necesito amor, amor, un poco más, por favor. Amor, solo un poco más de amor. Hey, yo, babe, si un día entramos en discusión, yeah, y el ego dice que no perdone, tengo una fucking bomba de amor para la crisis en las emociones. Tú, yo y nuestro cambio de humor, y si le elevamos todo va a ser mejor, porque frío más frío es igual a calor. Amor, 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 solo dame amor, por favor. Yo solo necesito amor, amor, un poco más, por favor. Amor, solo un poco más de amor, yeah. Tú y yo solo necesitamos un poco de amor, hablarnos con un poco más de amor, decirnos las cosas con un poco más de amor, solo tú y yo. Yeah, yeah. Quiero una bomba de amor, alguien que me caiga corazones. Ando buscando una ecuación, alguien que me ayude con mis temores. Tú y yo sumamos dos, y si le elevamos todo va a ser mejor, porque frío más frío es igual a calor. Gracias. ¿Cómo pretenden que en tu sueño no quieres que me vaya? Que no me aleje más de ti, si mi corazón siempre por ti estalla. Ese fucking olor tuyo, playa, desde el 2010 quiero que este feeling se me vaya. Pero ha sido muy difícil, muy difícil para mí. Me arrepiento demasiado por ese beso apresurado. Eso nunca debió haber pasado. No fuiste tú, fue el momento equivocado. Me arrepiento demasiado, baby, el tiempo ya me ha moldeado. Y ahora que estoy preparado me entero, baby, que está fuera del mercado. Oh, baby. Y ahora que estoy preparado me entero, baby, que está fuera del mercado. Hey, oh, ha sido muy, 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 muy difícil para mí. Ha sido muy, 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 muy difícil para mí. Porque te amo demasiado. Hey, te amo demasiado. Hey. Y todavía estoy aprendiendo que tu felicidad primero. Te amo demasiado. Hey, te amo demasiado. Hey. Solo dame tiempo, dame un momentico. Tú sabes que yo soy guerrero. Y mueve tu cuerpo, felicidad eterna. Siente la electricidad subiendo por tu pierna. Grítale al mundo que tú eres guerrero. La vida es sangre, sudor y fuego. Mueve tu cuerpo y felicidad eterna. Y si quieren mandar toda la mierda, mándenlo todo, mándenlo todo. La vida es sangre, sudor y fuego. Oh, te amo demasiado, baby. Y supongo que aún estoy aprendiendo que mi felicidad es primero. Y supongo que aún estoy aprendiendo que mi felicidad también es primero. Así como la tuya también, yo también merezco ser feliz, baby. Es complicado verte, verte, olerte y pasarte a un lado y querer detenerte. Ay, qué complicado, esto es demasiado. Pero como el ajedrez, la reina cae alguna vez. Escucha bien mi voz, que esto queda entre tú y yo. Ey. Lánzame un swing, swing, lánzame un swing y bátete el pelo. Acércate un chin, chin, acércate un chin y hazlo de nuevo. Que te quiero decir algo yo, que en cada paso que tú echas no me arrugo, derrito por ti. Sigue, lánzame un swing, swing, lánzame un swing y bátete el pelo. Acércate un chin, chin, acércate un chin y hazlo de nuevo. Que te quiero decir algo yo, que en cada paso que tú echas no me arrugo, derrito por ti. Así que dime cuántas veces tú hechizas a la gente. Yo, porque quiero ser ese hombre que se enrede en ti una y otra vez. Así que mátame decente. Oh, oh. Lánzame un swing, swing, lánzame un swing y bátete el pelo. Acércate un chin, chin, acércate un chin y hazlo de nuevo. Que te quiero decir algo yo, que en cada paso que tú echas no me arrugo, derrito por ti lentamente. Oh, me arrugo, derrito por ti lentamente, baby. Oh, hey, lánzame un swing, swing, lánzame un swing y bátete el pelo. Es complicado verte, olerte y pasarte a un lado y querer detenerte. Ay, qué complicado, esto es demasiado, pero como el ajedrez, la reina cae alguna vez. Escucha bien mi voz, que esto queda entre tú y yo. That was nice. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for an incredible performance and for joining us tonight for a special World Refugee Day concert. Thank you to all of you as well. You've been an incredible audience.
Thank you.
All right, let's do a quick Q&A before your final song.
All right.
I know. But it's important. It's really great messages. So, we'll do it quick. Danny, you're one of Latin America's biggest stars. You just released your new album, Reflexa, and you are literally in the middle of a huge international tour. All of this must mean that there are many demands on your energy and time. So thank you again for being here. But can you please share a bit about why it was so important to you to be here with us tonight and to share your message of support for World Refugee Day and with refugees around the world?
Hey, well, first of all, thank you for having me. I'm a terrible talker, I'm sorry, and mostly in English. But you know, since I threw Me Rehuso like 7 years ago, and it's a song that changed my life from one day to another, you know, and the reason why I wrote it, it's just, that's what makes me here today, actually, you know, because I think music is a platform that I can use to send messages, you know, and I really love what you guys do, you know, and I love to support you guys. I love working with you since 2019, and I just want to use my platform to help and spread the message. Just like me, I know there's a lot of people that had to fled their country, you know, and I just want to use my platform for that. Yeah.
That's so inspiring.
Thank you.
We're here in the heart of Washington, D.C., in one of the nation's leading performing arts centers. There are hundreds of amazing fans here with us tonight and many, many more watching on the live streams at home. After this exciting night of music and conversation, what do you want people to take away from this moment and this year's World Refugee Day?
Well, this is a special day, and I think the world needs to know, like, about the issue of the refugees and the impact, the positive impact that this could bring to other countries too, you know, because they could bring in economic impact, a cultural impact to the country where they're going. So I think it's great. I'm sorry. It's so honored to me be here today. It's a dream singing here in the Kennedy Center. So thank you for having us. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. And just like I said, I just want to help you guys to spread the message, use my platform. I just lived it, you know. And just like me, there's 120 million people going through the same, you know. And I think it's important to the world to know that it's not a problem. They can bring these solutions to these countries, you know, and help the economy and culturally work together with these nations they're going to, you know. So yeah.
Well, thank you for using your voice and your platform. One of your biggest hits, the song that catapulted you to fame, Me Rehuso, broke music records that combined 3 billion streams online. It's one of the most streamed songs to come out of Latin America in the past decade. But it also has special meaning to you. At the beginning of the song, you say, para todos aquellos amores que fueron obligados a ser separados, which roughly translated in English says, for all of those loves that were forced apart, this song is for you. Refugees having to leave a loved one behind, it's a common experience and an unimaginable choice, especially when there's no guarantee that they'll see each other again. Can you tell us more about the song's meaning and how you feel it connects to that universal feeling of missing someone that you love?
Look, I just think it's not fair to leave somebody behind that you love because of necessity and not by choice. I don't think that's fair. And I just wrote this song for, it was a Valentine's, it was a Valentine's gift. I didn't have money at that time, so I just did a song, you know? But while I was writing it, I just remember I had this feeling of, you know, it's not fair to leave people you love behind, you know, just to try to find a better future for you, you know? So I think that's the main feeling of the song when I wrote it, you know? I never knew the song was gonna change my life like it did, you know? I mean, it felt well. I mean, the song sounded cool, but I understand, like, when you're honest on your feelings, you know, these magical things happen. And it's just like I said, I don't think it's fair to us, you know, go through that feeling of trying to leave people you love behind. You know, it's not natural. I think the natural course of things is being with the people you love, you know? So, yeah, I just wanted to put that down on writing, you know?
Well, I hope your Valentine enjoyed her gift.
I think it was more a gift for me than for her at the end. But yeah.
Well, I won't keep your fans in the audience waiting any longer. Ladies and gentlemen, for his final song of the evening, let's give it up one more time for Danny Ocean.
Thank you, guys. ¿Cómo estamos? ¿Bien? Bien. Ay, qué linda bandera, ¿eh? Dime cómo le explico a mi destino que ya no estás ahí. Dime cómo haré para desprenderme de este frenesí, esta locura que siento por ti, con esta química que haces en mí. Y ya no puedo caer, de nadie culpame si te ilusioné, yo no lo quise hacer. Sé que en el amor cuando es real se vuelve, pero cómo olvidar tu piel y cómo olvidarte, mujer. Ya no puedo caer, baby, no. Me rehúso a darte un último beso, así que guárdalo para que la próxima vez te lo dé haciéndotelo así, así como te gusta, baby. Y sin mirar atrás, sin buscar a nadie más, solo quiero estar contigo. Si no te tengo Vamos a hacerlo todo junto conmigo, ¿ok? Dice. Y dale, baby, no. Me rehusó a darte un último beso, así que guárdalo. Para que la próxima vez te lo dé haciéndolo. Haciéndotelo así, así, así. Así como te gusta, baby. Hey, muchísimas gracias. Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here. Thank you for coming down. Fueron las que practicamos, muchachos, fueron las que practicamos. Pero muchísimas gracias, gracias. Thank you, UNHCR, for having me here tonight. And the guys, too. Por favor, un aplauso para Mauri y para Jim. Y a los muchachos también que están por aquí, que hacen todo esto posible también. Gracias.
Thank you for joining us at Millennium Stage. For more information about upcoming shows, please check out the Kennedy Center website or Facebook page.